Let's give it some time. Let's see if I can let the live chat. So, one more time, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this live. And it's just going to be a quick little live explaining in more detail because some of you have been saying different things that seem pretty ridiculous. So let me explain. So some of you have been ridiculous with telling me, "Oh, you should have had, you should have looked out your window, or did you look out your window, or with this crime that happened a couple of days ago, or I'm gonna say we're gonna be getting to a week in a bit. I think it was on a Thursday. So one more time, I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking, and I am smarter than most of you that keep telling me, "Oh, look out your window." Um, my answer is no. I shouldn't have not looked out the window at all. Like some of you have in your mind that say, "Oh, you should have looked out the window," or um, the reality is that I didn't have cameras because I already explained that I already had 10, 10. I mean, I already been living in this residence. I've been at this residence for about 7 years, and in those 7 years, nothing really bad happened. So that's where I'm at with that. There was nothing really an issue when it came to something like that. So I kind of believed all these things. And then I've heard from people that said, "Oh, I have cameras in my house." Okay, well then your cameras can check up on what's going on because we kind of talk to neighbors, and these neighbors say, "Oh, I have cameras here. I have cameras there. Cameras here and cameras there." Okay. Well, I don't know if it's true that they have cameras or not. Who knows? I've never seen their cameras. But this is the type of thing that I'm going to say right off the bat for some of you that don't understand what's going on. So some of you have been saying, "Oh, why didn't you look out the window?" Okay. So what happens if I would have looked out the window and the guy would have seen me, or because like I said, my block is a block where we have lights, and these lights are not bright. They're like the cheap kind of lights, like brown lights, those the cheapest kind of lights possible. And and the other thing is that if I would have looked out the window, what if the guy was still shooting? What if he would have taken another shot when I looked out the window? Let's just say for some reason I look out the window and I get shot in the face or something. Like that's not right. That's why it was better for me not to look out the window, because I usually like to look out the window around midnight or something when I'm just like I hear noises. So I'm the type of guy that says I look out the window, but this time I didn't look out the window. But that was a good thing that I didn't look out the window because, like I said, I could have gotten shot. And what I'm just trying to say is that look where I'm at right now. As you guys can see, let me just turn this around. See where I'm at? In a hotel. At the moment, alone. See that? Sorry if I cannot tell if it looks good or not. Because the reason I can't tell if it looks good is because I hate all this no image stabilization from YouTube. See that? There you go. So let me get on with it. So let me just flip it around again. And there we are. So there is the issue that I'm going to say right now. So first off, for those of you that are watching, I'm going to say, I'm going to straight up say, we're trying to get, I'm trying to get out of Montebello, California. Like I already explained to you, but that there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, it's there's some people that say it's your fault that you didn't look out the window. You could have stopped the crime." Uh, there's a lot of things I could have done, but there's a lot of things that could have happened to me if I would have looked out the window and or check to see what was going on. No. So now what's going on is that uh, now uh, we're getting cameras installed at the residence, getting cameras installed in order to be able to see if there's another crime. But that doesn't mean that we're staying there at the crime. We're leaving this place. Who knows where? I'm not going to mention the place yet, and the reason I'm not going to mention this place is because I don't have a clue where we're going to. Okay, there's no clue where I'm going to, so it may be it may be it may be far away from California. And yes, it is correct what some of you have said. Yes, California has gone down the trash bin. It has gone dumpster fire. Uh, I think what has happened is that one of my sister's friends, I think he experienced a shooting right outside his apartment. But the lucky part is that he was inside his house while this person was shot outside by the police. And then the usual thing that happened at Walmart, where some dude was robbing the place, was robbing Walmart, because Walmart nowadays has everything locked inside their inside the Walmart, especially the Walmart that I go to, which is in Pico Rivera, which some of you were asking me, oh, is Pico Rivera good? Uh, California is not good for the most part. Like I've never been in a place and experienced any kind of harm. Like I've lived in many areas in the past, and to be honest, I've never had to deal with any sort of issue where I'm going to get um, where I've been hurt or I've been robbed. I think once in a residence when I was younger, uh, in this apartment with my mother and father and my sister, uh, I think we were robbed. The car, something happened. Like I think they stole our radio or something from the car, but that was an incident that happened about 13 years ago. So, it's not about 10 years ago. So I'm gonna say I never really gone through any sort of issues, except like I said, I've told you guys that back in the day when I was like a young kid, like maybe I was still a toddler, where my parents lived in Boyle Heights, and that's what they wanted for me. They wanted me. They said we're getting out of this place because we don't want you to suffer through these things. We don't want you to grow up in the ghetto or whatever you call it. And I think my mother and father, my parents, including my grandmother, may she rest in peace, but they lived in the ghetto, and they lived in a place that was completely crazy. They lived in the projects. You can say the projects. Back in the day when my grandmother was a single mother that was taking care of my mother alone. And don't tell me, oh, you could have been this and you could have been that and you wouldn't have lived here. Uh, you don't know the situation of things. That's the thing. You don't know the situation, because if you knew the situation, you wouldn't be saying these things. Because to some people, oh, I live in Chicago, and my life is great here, or I live in Florida and my life is great. Okay, that's your life. You live in a place where probably the houses are cheaper or something. Something is going great. What if I told you the same thing? What if I told you, move from your state where you're living, and just move anywhere else. Just move to a different place. Let's say move to LA, move to Los Angeles, or say you just move to another state. Tell me, just come and tell me that you can make the same money that you're making wherever you're living. I mean, whatever state you're in right now, and you have your own residence and you have your own life. Tell me that. Sorry, excuse me for coughing, but I had to say that. Say it. Come on. Move from your residence, move from your area, move from your state, your city, and just move to another city, move to another state. Tell me you're going to have that same successful life that you had in your own area. So it's not just that you can say, oh, move here, move there, and everything's great. Um, this is something I can say, though, that I'm going to say for the first, I mean, for this time being. Um, my grandmother moved from Denver, Colorado. Let me repeat that again. My grandmother, I don't know for what reason, I don't have a single clue of whatever happened, but I think I'm not going to say things that are fake or false, but from my understanding or my brain, my grandmother lived in Denver, Colorado with, I don't know, I think with my mother or something. I don't know how she ended up there. But what I know is that she lived there, and I think she had a bakery, which was a successful bakery. But my grandmother was willing to leave everything behind. I don't know for what reason she moved from there to California. But living in Denver, Colorado, I would have said maybe I would never have experienced some sort of, I would have never had these issues, and I could have been with family members and had all kinds of great things there, because most of my family member and then most of my family member from most of my family members from my grandmother's side, they live here in Denver, Colorado, and they have everything. It's just like, boom, everything is there. There's too many people there's way too many people that I could have been around with. But being here in California, there's no one. Like, most people disappeared from here, and now I'm a lonely boy. No, I'm kidding. I'm just a lonely person here. I mean, not having family members, but those of you that actually care, thank you for taking the time out of your day to care about me whenever I go live or whenever I do anything. Just thank you. And other than that, I really don't have anything else to say, just to show you that there it is. I left away from my home residence for I don't know how long, the next couple of days or something. But what I do have to mention is that I don't know if I should continue to, I mean, if I should let you guys know in the future where I move to or something, because I just want to be safe. That's the thing. One more time, I just want to be safe. I don't want to have any issues. I don't want to have issues with anybody. So that's what I'm just trying to say. So I just want to thank all of you who have been here from the beginning, who have cared and said, oh, I care about you. Thank you. Thank you. Because those of you that care, I want to say thank you back to you, because of you, you keep me coming back to YouTube and wanting to go live and wanting to do all kinds of things and say all kinds of different things that really get me. Because I'm thankful to those of you that are watching this program or whatever, this live video. I guess no one's watching at the moment, but when it gets replayed, then most of you will be alerted. So that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I have anything else to say um, other than the reason that I don't have the camera still set up yet is because I think uh, I think that there's an issue with the internet, which we told the technicians to come back and fix the internet because I think we were having problems with the internet. We recently got the cameras to put them, but we didn't put them. We didn't get them years before. It was because like we've been told that by neighbors and by people. Oh, your area's a nice area. You don't want to move to the south side, or you don't want to move to to the west side of Montebello because it's East LA. It's City of Commerce. It's you got places like El Sereno, and you got Boyle Heights. It's not considered East LA, Boyle Heights, but like places like City Terrace, and you got places um what's this other place? City Terrace, Boyle Heights, and other places. So that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day when I used to live in Los Angeles, because I did live in Los Angeles. Not mentioning Boyle Heights because that to me is a different place. But living in LA, not in downtown Los Angeles, but living in LA, I have to say that it was nice. I mean, it wasn't amazing to say, "Wow, I love this place. I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life." No, but it was okay. I didn't really have an issue. Only the issue that I had in school, which was my own issue that some people try to help me get through this issue. And did I budge? I would say no. And there was too many people that wanted to be friends with me there, but I'm a sucker, so I didn't want I didn't I never fixed the thing, so I just left. I mean, I moved because I wanted to get to a better place though. Because I didn't want to live in Los Angeles anymore because I didn't feel like it was a nice area. I mean, it was an okay area, not the best, but it was okay. And what I do have to say is that when I was in high school, most of the students used to say, "Oh, living in these projects, it's crazy. I don't." There was a shooting at these projects, or there was a drive by, or there was helicopters going around, and our place was in a lockdown, or they killed my neighbor, or they killed my friend, or because most of the students that came from that went to that school were from different places like Highland Park and like I said, Highland Park and other places I'm not mentioning because I just don't think that it's great to mention them. So that's what I'm saying. Like uh, being in high school, I didn't have an issue where I lived. Like the issue where I lived was, eh, pretty cool. I mean, as in like no issues for the most part. Plus, I had people that wanted to protect me, even though I had my own issues at the school grounds. I had my own issues with the other students, but that was my fault. But then, like I said, I had people that were protecting me from these things, like other students that said, "Look, I, I want you to do this because I want you to make yourself better, get better. I can help you. I can do this to help you get away from your issues, and I can help you." But like I said, I wasn't the type of kid that wanted that kind of thing. I was like screw this. I want to do my own thing. I want to live my own life. I want this, even though I was pushing every single person away. Was that a good thing? No, but that's for another topic, and I already kind of gave you that topic before, and that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. That, like, I've only heard stories of people having issues, like massive issues, where they got shot, or because I had classmates that had that would get in that would get caught getting high, or doing robbing, stealing, and doing bad things, which I was around them, but did was I exposed to that? Did I ever do any of that? No, because I'm a better person, and I'm the type of person that knows what's right and what's wrong. So that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. This is a longer video, a longer live video, and all I have to say is that I don't know what's gonna happen next. So wherever I go, I'll be vlogging probably the trip there or something. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining, and I have nothing else to say other than thank you for sticking around, and like I said, like I just said, just let me quickly say it. The only reason that the cameras are still not installed in my residence, or in our residence, is because of like I said, it's because of the internet. That the router is they're sending a technician to give us another router, or to help us reinstall it, or something, because the internet went out. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on another live video.